Welcome back here. We're here on an all-new SmartLess, and it's great to have everybody here on the show. And I'm going to pass it to one of my co-anchors there. And do we have any news, Jason?
Today, there's a SIG alert on the 405. You're going to want to go ahead and take surface streets, try Sepulveda, or the canyons. Back out to sports with Sean Hayes.
That's your sports, Sean.
Does anybody want to guess my middle name?
What are you doing, dude? You're supposed to be the sports guy.
Sorry.
You know, when someone throws you the ball, you don't drop it.
Well, I could talk about traffic. I don't know about sports.
Well, that's the joke, dingy.
Dallas Cowboys and the Bears are playing this Saturday.
Okay, welcome to SmartLess.
Shay, Will, we're just talking about how Sean is the problem. We never have this issue when your guest or my guest. It's just we always start right on time. But whenever it's Sean's guest,
what are you talking?
There's always nonsense.
But it's not me. I'm always on time.
No, but it's your vibe.
Yeah.
It's your vibe for sure.
Yeah, things are just disorganized in your life.
You know.
No,
and
they're not.
Like his answer is just no.
No, they're not. But wait, I want to say about where we're all going tomorrow. We're all going together.
Yeah, I heard.
Yes,
so Willie,
we're going to
the Hollywood Bowl to see Amadeus live.
Will, I'm very excited you're coming. Are you going to be? No, you're actually fairly cultured. You're sneaky cultured.
Of course I am.
I was so shocked because it's Amadeus live, and I texted Will. I was like, I think I already know the answer, but just so you know, we're all going. I can't imagine you want to go. And he's like, oh my God, I'm so excited to go. I was like, really? Awesome.
So listener, what this is Hollywood Bowl out here in La La Land is this big place where the outdoor, where the orchestra
Is
plays.
La La Land just a fun way you say Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Okay.
They should name a
Just
movie
for-
that.
Sorry.
So what they do is each summer, the LA Philharmonic plays the Hollywood Bowl, and then in the winter they go inside. But during the summer, they play the Hollywood Bowl, and then they run 3 movies each summer, or 3 or 4. And they drop a big screen down, and it's usually some big, huge cinematic film that's got a big orchestral score, and they drop the music out, and the symphony plays the music while they still keep the music or the dialogue and the sound effects.
Here we go. They play live the music while we watch the movie.
That's it. Got it. I mean,
Sorry, listener. I'll send each of you
That was
your minute
17
back.
hours.
But what I'm trying to
sometimes it should be, the listener should know that sometimes when we're in a social setting, and Sean, you know what I mean, I'll look over at Jason, I'll see him talking to somebody, especially somebody who's new to our circle, and I'll see him talking about what they do, and I'll be like, this person is really struggling. But they're also a big Ozark fan, so they're willing to put up with it. So they're like, Jason's super famous, so I'll just do it anyway.
Yeah,
but fuck me, this guy, get to the fucking point.
So I'm excited.
But Jason, I should say this. Also, I'm glad that Jason's driving because I'm going up to Jason and Amanda's and I'm driving with them. I'm their kid.
Well, you're glad I'm driving. Why? You going out tomorrow night? You're just gonna get all banged up?
No, just so that you and I can, because I don't want to deal with parking at the bowl. Like that was one of my big thoughts.
Yeah.
Well, Sean was nice enough. Now, listener, you should know that Sean has gifted us these tickets because he's a very generous man, and that there was parking with it was another step that I didn't think you had. But
No, I'm excited to go. By the way, the other thing I forgot to tell Will, Jason, was my massage in the Bahamas. I can't believe I haven't told you about the massage in the Bahamas.
What? Who? Me or Will?
Oh, sorry, massage in the Bahamas. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Okay.
Yeah, you said that a little quick.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry,
'cause I
my
thought
massage.
it's almost like you. Well, I'm not going to say it.
No, but I've never had this happen to me in my entire life.
Well,
where-
you've never. Okay, yeah.
No, so we splurged. We're like, hey, let's get massages. So I had this woman who was very, very strong, a lot stronger than I am, and she wasn't doing anything crazy or questionable, but she
Until
she was, I flipped over, I'm on my back, and she's doing my leg and just rubbing right up against my penis and my balls.
Well,
Just-
now let's be a little bit more specific here. She wasn't rubbing up against.
The back of her hand was on him.
Yeah.
She gave you some
Yeah.
some brush bys, right?
But she gave me brush bys, but literally like no, she didn't give a shit about anything. She's just rubbing right next to it over and over again, and it's growing a little bit. And so I thought, well, I don't want to give her the wrong idea, but anyway, it was almost like medical. Like she didn't care.
Like sat up and went, I'm gay.
Yeah.
I think she knew that, and that's why she was
She didn't
giving
care.
you the drive-bys.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I didn't get any of that, and she had just worked on my wife, so she knew that maybe she had to mind it. With her, with you, she didn't have to worry
She was
about it.
safe zone.
She thought there's no way this guy's going to be offended or aroused or anything like that. And then, sure
Right.
enough, here comes your.
But if you're rubbing up against it, wouldn't you be like, maybe I should switch my hands around?
Maybe she's dead. Maybe the back of her hands are dead.
How about you not get an erection? Okay.
I know
How
I
about-
couldn't. I know I started.
Does Scotty know that you were aroused by this?
He was
woman?
he was right next to me. It was a couples thing with another woman doing him.
Okay. I'm glad you brought this up because I want to bring this up.
Yeah.
As you can imagine, I take issue. I feel like every week's just become me with my grievances. But
We are thinking about a new title.
the couple, the couples massage. Nobody
Yeah.
wants that. It's the worst idea.
Well, no, I didn't. That's just the way
I
it
want
was set up.
somebody hearing me because this is what I do. But sometimes when I'm getting massage, I'll be like, I catch myself.
What was that?
Yeah.
What sound was that? What did that mean?
like falling asleep and to the
okay.
point where I'm like,
Yeah, I do that too. And you
And then you're slobbering and stuff. Who wants to do that next to somebody else? I think the couples massage is way overrated. And then we offer couples massage. That's a deterrent.
It's a deterrent, especially when you're laying next to me. And I like to give a lot of feedback because I feel bad that they don't know whether they're doing good or not. And so I do a lot of
I can't imagine.
yeah.
You do not.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Oh,
That's creepy.
a lot of stuff like that. And whoever I'm partnered with, oftentimes it's my wife. They get upset because I'm disturbing their experience.
Oftentimes.
Oh, that's got it. I do a lot of those. Oh, that's got
This
it.
is a great transition into our
I
guest
do a lot. I do it like real cutesy though. Oh, look what you're doing. Oh, look what you did.
Good for you.
Look at
Oh,
you.
are you generous?
Okay, here we go. Our guest today is a very close friend of mine and also good friends of all of ours, actually. She's an extremely gifted actress, having won an Oscar fairly recently.
What?
But I swear her voice is almost as busy as she is. It's everywhere. You hear it in DuckTales, Finding Nemo, The Addams Family, Minions, Over the Hedge. So many documentaries, medical commercials. Her voice is fantastic. Also, it turns out she was actually a very serious figure skater in real life. I can't wait to ask her about that. The first few years of her career were spent with roles in tiny plays, and she was ready to quit numerous times. We've all been there. Until Aaron Sorkin
I've got
saw
it.
her in one of those tiny plays.
I've got
called
it.
her in audition for a tiny little show called The West Wing. Please welcome the absolute best in the
favorite
world.
ever
It's Allison
in the
Janney.
world.
Oh,
Listener.
Oh my
she's,
God, I was so nervous I was going to have to look at nothing.
Listener, she's got this great, like, what do you call that kind of hat? She's got a hat with a big feather
It's a
on top.
pillbox hat with an ostrich feather, probably not a real ostrich feather, so everybody calm down. It's
Right.
not a real ostrich feather.
and a veil.
And there's some
And,
netting in front of your face. What's that called?
It's a veil.
It's a
Okay.
veil.
It's a veil with dots on it, so it looks like I have big black acne, but I don't know what.
No,
but,
like moles, like moles.
like big moles, beauty marks, or
Like beauty marks. Yeah,
just-
beauty marks.
I'm
But
so
I'm just
excited
going to
you're
pull
here.
these down for a second to pull up my veil and put these back on. I just wanted for effect you to see what I just came from to come to talk to you three handsome
You
gentlemen.
just
Okay,
came
good.
from this place?
Hold
All
on.
right, go ahead. Take your
Now, I
thing off.
can't hear what you're saying, so go ahead and say something
Nasty.
mean.
Wait, look at you. Oh my God, look at you. Look at you.
Okay,
You
I'm
look
back.
like stunning.
Wait, why do you
Look
look? You
at
do look
this.
stunning.
Okay, well,
Where did you just come from? Awake?
very good. Yeah,
all in
it's
black.
a funeral scene, and I'm doing that. You had Kristen Wiig on the program not too long ago, and
Yeah.
it's that show we're doing for Apple. It's an Apple series as yet. It's an untitled project, and we're doing a funeral scene today. And this is 1968 Palm Beach. This is what a lady looks like at a funeral in 1968.
Do you have to? Does your character have to cry at this wake, or were you happy about the death?
Okay, so that's why I chose to wear these.
So you don't have to cry.
So you don't have to cry.
Yeah.
Dark sunglasses.
Yeah.
That's so smart.
Actors are lazy, guys. We're all very, very lazy people.
It's hard. I'm in a wool dress. It's
Mm.
outside. It's hot. It's hard.
Are you here? Are you in California?
I am in California.
Okay.
I'm right now in a base camp with all the trailers in a parking
Oh, you're in the
lot.
trailer.
I'm in my trailer. Yeah.
Look at that pop out. She's got a nice one there.
Near the, it is a very nice trailer. It's the nicest trailer I've ever had. I usually get, I think when I did your movie, Jason, I was in a honey wagon.
Well,
Wow.
we can cut that
Hang
out.
on a second.
Easy to cut that out.
This is a shot that's well worth taking, and let's explore
So
that a
Tracy,
little
a
bit.
honey wagon is smaller than a regular.
Didn't you tell me that you took a pee, washed your feet, and brushed your teeth all at the same time, right? Isn't that how small it was? Hey, so now are you one of those actors? Have you ever had them blow the camphor into your eyes so that you can get some tears going?
Yes.
You know what?
That's a
After a
great-
certain amount, and you know what? I did a movie with Toni Collette called The Way, Way Back, and she
Hold
can
for
bring
applause.
the emotion like nobody's business, and she had to do it over and over again. And at a certain point, she was like, "Bring it in. I can't do it anymore." And I was like, "Thank God!" I was so glad to see someone I respected so much do it, because you should be able to do it. After
So,
a
listener,
certain
this little
point.
trick here, Tracy, is a tube filled with like menthol crystals in it, and the makeup artist will blow through one end, and
You're
air will
ruining
come
show
out the
business
other
for a
end,
lot of people
and
right
it
now.
irritates your eyes
You're
so much
ruining
that
it.
you start to cry, and then they go, "Okay, quick, roll it," and you're and
And you
Don't
start
tell
crying.
them how this
they
sausage
love
is
it.
made.
They
Are you
love the
crazy?
inside
I
stuff.
once made the mistake of having them do that when I had my contacts in, and a crystal got under my contact, and I mean, I literally, the director was like, "Please, you can't be that emotional."
Jason, have you ever done it? Like, have you ever gone on set and actually blown people?
Yeah. Well, what do you mean? Oh, wait.
Sorry,
Are
I'm
we
just
still
trying to get a
talking about
soundbite. I'm still trying to get a soundbite out of you. I'm trying to get a gotcha soundbite out of you.
Wait, Allison.
won.
Okay. So wait, I did not know a couple things about you, and I've known you for
Okay.
75 years. I didn't know you really were a figure skater. I had no idea.
I can't believe you didn't know that. That's like,
Well, how's you going to know that?
because it's like, it's such old.
It's never come up.
All
It
right,
probably came
well,
up at the junket for I, Tonya, right? Which we
That's
were
where
not at.
we met. Jason and I met at the junket for I, Tonya. I mean, not I, Tonya, Juno. That's where I first met you and,
Juno.
Okay.
and fell in love with you. And Sean, I fell in love with just all throughout our
Red
converging
carpets.
careers during West Wing and Will and Grace.
Right.
And Will, do you remember where we met?
When we fell in love,
Yes.
Vamp.
where?
Will,
No, wait. Where
vamp.
did we meet?
He doesn't remember. I'm
didn't
very,
even try.
I'm really
How
sad.
rude.
No. Wait.
Jesus Christ.
Wait a second.
I only met you once, and I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Show him a picture of your child.
You're not
Allison.
going to remember. It's okay. And it may not have been you. I might have been wrong.
It might have been Patrick Wilson.
Oh, is that who you get?
Do you ever remember you've been to the Soho House in New York City, right?
Sure. Yeah. Sure.
Well, it was a
Oh.
long time ago, and I met you there at the bar at the Soho House. I was there for my
Oh.
birthday, and you just happened to be there, and I met
Really?
you
So it was about
And,
20 years ago,
um,
25 years ago? Was he drinking?
Probably 20 years
not
ago.
25, but like at least. Well, actually,
25?
30,
15.
15?
20.
25?
30.
15?
I don't know, but I interrupted because we were talking about skating, and I did.
I know.
I was.
Are you sick of talking about it?
No, I'm. It's okay. I don't mind talking about it because I did want to go to the Olympics. That was my
That's so
dream
crazy.
as a young girl. I was a great athlete in school. I played field hockey, lacrosse, ice hockey, everything. I'm very athletic,
Wow.
and I decided to. Oh, I know why. Because my father was in commercial real estate in Dayton, Ohio, and Kentucky and Cincinnati, and he owned a building that housed an ice rink. So I got, my little lifetime membership card and got free ice time, and all of a sudden I just became infatuated with skating. It was literally, it's the only time I've ever been. When you're so excited, I was so excited to put my skates on, I could hardly get them on fast enough to get out on the ice.
Really?
And I bet you were great.
I was very graceful, but
Yeah.
I'm very, very tall. So
Yeah, you're tall.
ice skating, figure skating is an acrobatic sport.
Yeah.
You can't, I can't get this 6-foot frame 3 times around triple, I should have been an ice dancer. That's what I should have been.
But something happened when you were a teenager that made you stop, I read, or something? Uh-oh. We don't have to talk about it.
You mean when I almost died? That is that what you're talking
Well,
about?
she almost
Great.
died,
Sean, you're the
Sean.
fucking
sorry.
best,
You mean
man.
Sean, you
You're
mean
the
the time that
greatest.
she almost died?
When we talk to her about some of her relationship
I
failures,
didn't know that.
and then we'll roll into politics and religion. Sean, can I talk to you for a second?
What is the? What
Guys,
How about the outfits? Allison, tell us about your favorite
Hang
skating
on a second.
outfit.
Hang on. Let her answer this part first. What happened?
I'll just say it's a story that anyone who knows me well knows the story. So I'm surprised well, two of you
know.
don't know this, but
I don't know.
I went through a plate glass window when I was 17 and like
fun?
lost 3/4 of my blood. I almost died, and it was pretty frickin' traumatic.
How did you get through that? Why did you go through a window?
Did you not
Well,
see it?
I
For fun. Jason goes
did
for
I not
fun.
see
No,
it?
but I mean, it's those horrible, at a party when someone goes walking right into one, and usually they
Yeah.
bounce off of it. But you went through it.
I did what the awful part is that there was a game going on with and the girls the couples, and the girls had balloons tied around their ankles, and the object was to pop everybody's balloon, so you were the only couple left with your balloon unpopped.
Yeah.
And I was cheating because I had a strapless long gown on, and I tied the balloon up around my knee, so no one could pop my balloon. I've been a cheater. I'm such a cheater.
Sure. Well, it takes a lot to admit that. But so
Now, wait, how does it send you through a plate glass window, though?
Well, then someone who was trying to pop my balloon kept furiously trying to step on my balloon, instead stepped on my dress, and it ripped and fell off. And I was there. It was a party with parents and kids, and everybody was there. And I just graduated from high school, and my dress was falling off. I didn't have any bra on. It was a strapless dress, and I'm a very small-chested woman. And so I held the dress up, and I ran to get inside. And there was a porch with, some doors open, some closed.
And you ran right in.
And I hit it, and then the glass fell on top of me on my leg, and
Oh my God.
the band was playing right next to me, and I was like, keep playing, don't play. I was so embarrassed. And then I turned around, and I said, oh my God, I saw blood all over my finger and on my neck and everywhere. And I said, I'm supposed to scream, and then I am going to faint, and then I'm going to die. And that's what, as my actor's head was like, these are the things I'm supposed to do right now. I'm supposed to scream and
Right,
faint
right.
and die. And then, it was like a Fellini movie or something, being on the ground and seeing all these people with cocktails and cigarettes leaning over me,
Coming
looking
on.
to see what was going on with my blood. And people, it was crazy.
God.
And
Oh
then-
my God!
Yeah, and
So you
then
couldn't skate anymore.
No, done my skating, but it was good. I was not meant to be a figure skater at all. But
What about that injury wrecked your skating career?
Well, I lost a artery, a cut tendon in my lower right leg, and
Good
my foot
God.
doesn't work so well anymore.
Oh no!
And
Which-
you couldn't walk that off.
This is why we hired Will Arnett. It was real. It was cheap, and
What?
he keeps it light. And we will be right back.
SmartLess gets support from FanDuel. Football season is underway, so now is the perfect time to download FanDuel, America's #1 sports book, because right now, new customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's free bets back if your first bet doesn't win. Just sign up with promo code SmartLess. A lot of people are like, why is Sean talking about FanDuel? Why is Sean talking about football? So let's ask Sean. Let's go to Sean and ask him about it. Hey, Sean. Hey, what's up? Talk about some of the things you like about FanDuel. Well, I like it has all my favorite bets, from the money line to point spreads to player props. Oh, that's cool. What else? Well, I can combine my bets for a chance at a bigger payout with a same game parlay. Oh, that sounds fancy. Thanks. With live betting, you'll get updated odds on games that have already started. The app is safe, secure, and super easy to use, and you can get your winnings paid fast. Well, that sounds pretty awesome. It is. So sign up today with promo code SmartLess for your no-sweat first bet. Make every moment more this season with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NFL. 21 plus exclusions apply. See show notes for full disclaimer. Hey, SmartLess listeners. This episode is brought to you by Zell. So when anyone sends you money, or if you need to get paid back, always ask for Zell. With Zell, the money goes straight into your bank account. You don't have to download another app because it's probably already in your banking app. It's in over 1,600 different banking apps, and it works even if the sender banks somewhere different than you in the U.S. Isn't that great? Here's an example of how we request payment from each other with Zell. So I'm doing a show on Broadway called Goodnight Oscar. It opens April 7th, 2023. Please get your tickets. Go goodnightoscar.com. And one of our cast members just had a baby. Him and his wife just had a baby. And my friend Emily, who's in the show, was like, hey, why don't I get them a baby gift and you can all use Zell to pay me back? And we did. So for me, that's a good way to use Zell. Emily got paid back. Everybody's happy. The baby's happy. I love Zell. Look for Zell in your banking app today.
Now a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. Hey, when is the last time that you got stuck focusing on a problem instead of a solution? You think about the problem and you're just over and over and it's just looping and looping and looping instead of getting to the other side of your broadband connection to somebody at BetterHelp.com and you start workshopping solutions instead of looping these problems. It makes a lot of sense, and it couldn't be more convenient. I mean, listen, these are problems in 2022 as opposed to 1953 before we even had internet. Like you had to drive down there, sit in a therapist's office. This way, you just need a Wi-Fi signal or a broadband thing, or maybe you got a dial-up modem. Maybe you're old school. I don't care, but we all have problems. Not all of us are smart enough to get BetterHelp. This is where you could be better to yourself by going to BetterHelp.com. You see what I did there? When you want to be a better problem solver, therapy can get you there. Visit BetterHelp.com/SmartLess today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/SmartLess. All right, back to the show.
Wait, one time my sister was out here
Oh,
visiting.
God. It never goes well when it starts with one time, my sister. Okay, go ahead, man.
We were at a stoplight. One time I was with my sister at a stoplight.
Got it?
In Century City. And we're watching this girl, she must have been 14, 15 years old, rollerblade.
What?
And it was on a long hill and she couldn't stop herself. And you know when you see something. And she rollerbladed right into a movie poster and the glass at a bus stop, and the glass completely shattered.
No way. No, what was the movie? Do you remember?
Here comes a joke. This better not be a joke.
No, I don't remember the movie. I don't remember. It would be better if I had the movie ready, but I think it was like, chipmunks, something about the chipmunks.
Shattered glass?
And,
But was she okay?
So we ran over there to help her, and she was like,
Bet you did.
my sister couldn't stop laughing. I was like, oh my God, this poor.
She turned and said, "Tell the band to keep playing."
No, she ended up being totally
Everybody
fine.
does that when it's their first instinct is to tell the band.
My
crazy.
sister was laughing only because she knew she was totally fine. Because my sister was a cop, and she was like, "Oh, the girl's gonna be totally fine." It looked way worse.
Tracy was a cop?
Yeah.
Tracy's a cop. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Wow.
learned that.
I didn't know
We
that.
learned that very late. Well, we were on stage for that.
We learned that when she hogtied Bateman in the back of a van. hey, Allison, I don't want to. I did a little figure skating in my time as well.
Here we come.
You did?
Oh,
I did. I did as part of the cinema. I did a
Blades of
film.
Glory.
I made a figure skating picture called Blades of Glory.
Yeah. He did all of his own skating and
I didn't do all
You
my own
did?
skating. I didn't do all my own skating, but of the four of me and Farrell and Amy and John Heater, I did the most of my own skating.
Wait, did you learn to skate just for that movie, Will?
No, he's
No,
Canadian,
no,
dude. He
he's
came out with
Canadian,
skates.
bro.
Okay.
You play hockey, right,
Jesus.
Will?
Yeah. At a very high level. Go ahead,
Well,
Allison.
he
You have
was
another
a
question.
goalie, so it wasn't a lot of
Wait, but
skating.
isn't that weird that all that figure skating? I mean, I can't be the first person to say this. And then you win an Oscar for a movie about skating. I mean, it's just
I know.
crazy.
It's crazy, Allison.
It's nutty. It's just nutty. I couldn't believe it. And I actually got my skates back out and got on the ice, and I thought that my character they might put in a little scene where she skated, and so you saw that she wanted her daughter to succeed where she had failed.
And
But
then that part was so great. Did you come up with the bird and the oxygen tank, or which one was? Because I'm obsessed with that role.
I tell you, I've never smoked so many cigarettes in my life, and every scene I kept saying, maybe this scene she doesn't smoke, and Craig Gillespie, the director, was like, no, you're smoking in every scene. And then
Oh, really?
we get to that final scene with the bird, and the bird handler was like, you can't smoke around the bird, you're not allowed to.
boy.
And Craig was like, oh yes we are, we're smoking around. Like there was a huge fight about it, and I said to the prop guy, I said, do you have one of those things, those things you stick in your nose, and the canister, the oxygen. And
Yeah, the oxygen tank. Yeah.
yeah, but it can't. What's it called?
He's like, yeah, I got it on the truck.
Cannula. And he did exactly.
Yep.
Exactly, Jason. That's exactly what he said, and that's how that came about. That of course it made sense that my character would have emphysema after smoking for.
Yeah.
Every
What about
fucking
Craig
scene.
Gillespie? That guy, what a genius.
He's amazing.
I would
he's
love
pretty.
to work with that man.
But I got to say, Jason, you have been one of my favorite directors too. You are. There's no one more
finish
fun
your
to watch
thought.
on a set than you. You love. I mean, at least it seemed to me you love being in that position and
I
just
do love it.
don't.
I love it so much.
You just are able to handle anything that comes your way. You're
can't
you're
get
so.
enough of it.
I had so much fun
Isn't it?
working with you on that.
Oh.
Listen, you guys, why don't we all do? I propose that we all do a sitcom. I know you guys were talking about sitcoms recently on this
Yeah, let's do it.
podcast.
Let's do a
Great.
sitcom.
So
Should we just
okay.
let's make news right now? Okay,
Let's-
so what would the concept be? How could we best utilize what the three of us do and you do, and what would that concept be?
Okay. Well, let's.
Yeah.
I think you're already halfway there with the outfit on right now, the funeral outfit.
Yeah,
How about-
Okay, so I'm a boxer, right? I'm like the young.
No, I
of the
think
four
you
of
know.
us, I'm
I've
the young.
got
Hang on,
Will.
I'm
I've
the
got
young-
you being a luggage porter at a hotel
Hang on, but
that
I'm young.
Allison
The young-
owns.
I own the hotel.
She
She
owns a
owns.
hotel, and she's got the
Okay.
three of us working there. Will, you're doing a lot of luggage carrying.
You're in charge of VIP relations, Jason.
Thank you.
And
Perfect.
Sean,
I'm valet. I'll do the
you're
valet.
valet.
Jason's like the maitre d'. I agree. So and then
Wait, listen, you're still in the luggage department.
Sean, what
okay?
are you?
I'm the valet.
Sean, wait a second. Wait a
Wait,
second.
what's a valet do? You mean the car parker or
Yeah,
the
I'm
guy
car-
that's
park car-
taking care of
I park cars.
the concierge
No, I
stuff?
park cars.
But you fill in wherever it's necessary.
That's
Sometimes
right.
you're on room service duty, or you kind of jump
Yeah, but
around. all
it's a
different-
multicam. We need to. You got to be at the front desk. We have to have the front desk and
Oh, it's
concierge desk.
multicam.
So,
Okay.
Sean, you need to be front desk, and Jason, you're concierge. I'm sorry, I have to
I
recast.
do like Jason as
Okay.
concierge.
Let's
Yeah.
put Sean with an old timey operator board where he's got to plug in the little
Yeah, but
phone
we can't,
lines
get
and stuff.
we can't get cameras in there. I can't get Shimada in there.
Wait, Will, what did we decide you were?
I'm the bellboy because I'm real young seeming, just very sort of boyish.
Yeah, with a big
Go ahead.
back
I
on
feel like
him.
I'm cutting people off. They want to agree with me. Go ahead. Who wanted to?
No. So, Allison, we get Burroughs to direct it, right? You think we
Yes.
can make his deal?
Please, I've never worked with him. I want to work with him so badly.
haven't?
You've never worked with James Burroughs?
No, I've never worked with him. I'm sad about that.
Didn't do any moms.
No moms.
Who did the moms?
Jamie Widows, the fabulous Jamie
Oh,
Widows
I love
did.
Jamie
Oh my God, we
Widows.
love
Love
Jamie
him.
Widows. I
He's
love
the
Jamie.
best. He
Yeah.
was just
Okay, so but wait, I want to talk about your career because like I've heard you talk about it before, like the agonizingly long kind of, slow start in your career and what it took for you to get to where you are. Talk a little bit about that because up until West Wing, I mean, did Aaron Sorkin really see you in a play and just go, "Oh, that's her for West Wing"? Is that how it worked?
No, I think he's. I didn't. I wasn't given that part. I was up against a lot of very talented ladies.
Yeah.
But I think what sealed the deal for me was that Aaron saw me in primary colors.
Oh, yeah.
And he's such a Mike Nichols fan, as am I. I love Mike Nichols so much. He was always so generous with me, and he put me in that movie. And that pratfall I did was a big. That just won me a lot of points.
I love that. Now, did you are there roles you were up for and didn't get along the way, or even now looking back, you still wish you would have gotten them, or does it all make sense now?
Boy, there's a lot there.
Yeah, I mean,
I was trying to think of a joke, like you guys always think of something. I was like,
No,
hold,
no,
go hold.
No, we don't.
It's hard when Sean throws as much
Yeah.
crap at the wall.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. Okay, so I auditioned for the part of Roz in Frasier.
Oh, you
my
did?
dear friend Perry Gilpin got that part.
Oh yeah, you're both fantastic.
And then I auditioned for Third Rock from the Sun, and Kristen Johnston got that part.
Oh, wow.
So there were a lot of things I didn't get, and then
You would have worked with Burroughs on both of those.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How about that?
Oh, I didn't know he was on
But think
Third
about
Rock.
all the things. Think about all
Maybe
the
he
things.
doesn't
that-
like me.
Think about well, there you go. Think about all the things you would not have been available for had you
Yeah.
booked one or both of those.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I know, I think it was meant to be that West Wing was the one that was meant for me. And I mean, as my friend Dule Hill says, if it's not yours, it can't be yours.
I gotta write that
He
down.
doesn't sound bright.
Oh.
No, he says it better than I just said
I'll
it.
bet
If
he
it's
does.
not yours, it can't be yours. I don't know. It's some way of like, it's just,
It's not meant to
it's
be.
okay. Everything's going to be all right. Everything is happening the way it's supposed to happen. And I like
Put
to
it this
have-
way, you didn't have to hear toss salad and scrambled eggs all the time. You know what I mean? You got a freebie on that. What a bonus. Toss salad and scrambled. You know what I mean? You didn't have
Okay,
to
so
put up
but
with
wait,
that.
so but growing up, your parents. When did you go to the Royal Academy of school, whatever, for theater?
The
for
Royal
drama?
Academy of Dramatic Arts.
Wow.
I
Dramatic Arts,
went
yeah.
there when I went to the neighborhood playhouse in New York City, and they gave me I got a fellowship there to study at RADA. And it was so funny. I go all the way there, and my teacher's American, and every student in the class is American. So it was a great experience, but it seemed kind of funny. I thought I was going to be there with all
I
the...
did a summer program at RADA when
You
I was
did?
when I was 18, yeah.
Did you have a lot of Americans in your class, or was there a lot of
Was
Brits?
it dance or mime or what were you doing there, Will?
Do you guys want to see my dance belt? That's all I'm wearing.
flesh-colored.
That's all I'm wearing. No, for theater, yeah. And,
Did you do what Shakespeare monologue did you do, Will?
Oh, I think I did something from Lear, I guess. Yeah.
Wait.
Something from what?
wait.
From King Lear.
Will,
Oh, I
you've
thought you
done
should have done
Shakespeare?
Lysander or Demetrius or something from Midsummer.
I'm trying to think. Sorry, what's that, Jason?
I was just, when you're done, I want to talk about you've done Shakespeare, ?
Well, no, I mean, I did it you had to do it at, she was there for real. I was just there for a summer doing a program there.
No, my thing was a summer thing too. It wasn't a whole. It was just
okay.
a 6 week. 8 week
And you know
summer
what?
thing.
Here's the thing that really stuck out for me. One was I had a teacher there who kept saying something to the effect of like, hit the back row,
Yes.
back row, and I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, got it. So shout, and then the other one was, what was the guy's name? He was this is like 1987 or 8, and I did all the stage fighting stuff. That was fun.
Yeah.
That's right.
Did
that's
you
the
do
thing that
sword
really
fighting, epee?
Yeah. So, which I still do a lot of that.
So wait, but then didn't you do boarding school? Was that before the Royal Academy? Or after
It's
the
different,
Royal
yeah.
Academy?
No,
who
Allison,
did?
thank you. Thank you, Will.
Allison?
Thank you, Will.
Wait,
Allison,
is this not my interview?
no, sorry. In fact, you can go up, move your microphone, just the whole arm of it, just all the way to the right. There it is. So, Allison, you're in boarding school.
Yes.
Yeah, was that before the Royal or after the Royal?
That was way before. That was
It
that
was?
was
That was high school, dude.
that was high school, man.
Well,
That was,
I can't keep track. I don't know.
I graduated high school in, I mean, whatever, 77.
Where was boarding school? Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Ohio, but I went to boarding school in Lakeville, Connecticut.
Oh,
Was that fun?
Wait, what school was that?
Hotchkiss.
Oh, you went to Hotchkiss.
I did.
sure.
Huh.
That's where my.
Which eventually became like a school for a lot of like problem kids.
It did?
I went to non-Hodgkins.
Sean,
Sean,
save it for
that is
hypochondriactor, okay?
Sean,
no
no,
one here
that was-
understands that joke. It was very high level, but well above my intelligence.
No, Allison, I knew a couple kids who'd gone to Hotchkiss and like this is in the 80s, and my impression was that they'd each been kicked out of other, like one had been kicked out of Choate, and the other one, you know what I mean? It was kind of like that.
Really?
Yeah, but
I don't
Now,
know.
Allison, I would imagine that you get sent so many tasty things. How do you decide?
don't be so
what?
gross the way you describe
Well,
shit.
but I'm
No,
sorry,
it's
but
just
like,
very Hollywood. So tasty.
well, but how would you describe the characters that she plays?
Fantastic.
Scrumptious? Just delightful characters.
Just anything that doesn't, we don't have to picture you licking your fingers, dude.
How would you decide? Here we go. I'm gonna really mash this metaphor out. How do you decide what you want to eat? You know,
Oh, God.
which tasty
Okay, well, it
morsel you
depends.
want?
Like if I had chicken last night, I'm
Yeah.
gonna want something different.
I
tonight.
got it. Sure.
If I want, like I just did, okay, so I finished Mom. And
Yeah.
then what I did was I went to do this movie, Lou,
Yes.
in Vancouver, where I play, it's a pretty different kind of role for me. And I don't want to give away, although the trailer does have some pretty, let's just say I had to learn some hand-to-hand combat
Okay,
skills.
so that's what I want to ask about because I just saw it. It's fucking fantastic. And
Language.
You
it's
saw
like-
the movie?
I saw the movie. It was fantastic. Yes. And you it's a role that I've never seen you do anything like this before.
What does
And
that
I think
mean?
What's that?
What does that mean, a role that
because
you've
it's
never...
kind of like a tough, like it's the female Liam Neeson, I like to think.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, you're kicking ass.
But guys, she's kicking ass like crazy.
Really?
And I read somewhere that you trained with like Charlize Theron and Halle Berry's guy.
Theron.
You know that, like,
Yeah.
right? And
Daniel Bernhardt.
I don't want to give away the ending, and I won't.
Yeah.
But the last scene, one of the last scenes,
The
you're on
butler
a
did it.
beach. What? And one of the last scenes, you're on a beach and you're kicking the shit out of this guy. And I'm going, wait, that has to be Allison. It can't be the stunt person.
Yeah.
And he buries your face into the fucking sand and kicks the shit out of you. And you kick the shit out of him. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
what?
Guess we don't need to see
Oh
it
yeah,
now.
I've got a lot of anger. I'm sitting on a lot of anger under here. I'm so physically violent as a person.
You must have hurt yourself just a
Yeah,
little
did you?
bit.
I
a few
did. I
times.
have some. I definitely had some bruises. This was something, it's one of those things. You guys have been talk about this when you see a script and you see it's nighttime, a storm, is approaching, and I'm like, I'm out.
I'm out.
Yeah,
but,
same.
no,
I'm out.
but I did it this time, and this whole movie takes place during this massive storm that hits the Lopez Islands. I mean, the San Juan
I
Islands.
thought of that too when I was watching. I was like, it's raining in every scene. I
Yeah,
would be
every
miserable.
single and wind machines. So in every scene, I'm like going, screaming my lines. So I ended up having to loop a lot of them after the fact because I sounded to sound kind of cooler, to have my voice register down.
Yeah.
Hey, where are you going? To be, but instead of going, hey, we're just
So the nightmare continued. You're shooting nights, you got rain, and then you had to ADR the whole thing.
and had to ADR a lot of it. And we also shot it during one of the worst heat waves in Canada. Will, I don't know,
Yeah.
last
Last time was terrible.
It was, and nobody in Vancouver has air conditioning.
No.
It's like you don't need it, but it was pretty brutal.
It was brutal.
but-
It was brutal on the wildlife in Vancouver. and
yeah,
Vancouver
it was
Islands.
sad. But I worked with Journey Smollett, who was so game and great and so fun to act with. And I couldn't have done it with someone who would have been, oh, it's so wet and muddy. I can't, she was totally, let's get in the mud together. And so that was fun to do, like a total left
Yeah.
turn for me. And I've
It was
always
really
wanted to
amazing.
do that. And now I'm this lady, and it's fun to keep shaking it up and playing.
So if somebody wants to grab you, just make sure you check out what she did right before and offer you the opposite. Yeah?
Exactly.
Got it.
Yeah, but really, I was so impressed. It's such a good movie, and I was like, wow, look at you go.
Oh,
And now, a word from our sponsor.
Hey guys, right up top, we'd like to thank EmbarkVet.com for supporting SmartLess. Go to EmbarkVet.com to get free shipping and save $60 with promo code SmartLess. Listen, your dog knows everything about you. Shouldn't you know your dog better? Listen, we're so excited to get to work with Embark again because they allow pup parents to learn more about their dog's health insights and their breed with the highest rated dog DNA test on the market. Embark is an incredible tool for dog owners. It screens for more than 215 genetic health risks across 350 breeds. That's more breeds tested than any other dog DNA test. In addition to the genetic health screening and breed identification, Embark offers the Mystery Relative Finder, which offers the ability to find your dog's relatives from close to distant. So both me and Will have used Embark to test my dog Ricky and Will's dog Bella. And it's been so much fun learning about their breed, the health results. It gives us peace of mind now knowing what to look out for and what to kind of troubleshoot if something goes wrong with our dog. So basically, Embark gave us both actionable and valuable information about our little pups that we love so much. Embark offers the most scientifically advanced dog DNA test. Their test analyzes more than 230,000 genetic markers. That's over twice as much genetic data as the competition. Right now, Embark has a limited time offer on their breed and health kit and purebred kit for our listeners. Go to embarkvet.com to get free shipping and save $60 with promo code SmartLess. Visit embarkvet.com and use promo code SmartLess to save $60 today.
Hey, SmartLess listeners, we get some support from ZipRecruiter, and it's Great support. Did you know that there are currently over 2.4 million podcasts in the world, including the one you're listening to right now? And it takes a team of people to help bring these podcasts together. Now, had we had ZipRecruiter at our fingertips, if we even knew about ZipRecruiter, before we staffed up, my goodness, we would have so much better people working for us instead of Rob and Bennett. If you knew these two clowns, man alive. But listen, needless to say, hiring the right people for these roles is important. And whether you're hiring for a podcast or if you're growing a business, there's only one place that makes it easy: ZipRecruiter. They can keep you away from people like Rob and Bennett. Now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/SmartLess. ZipRecruiter uses its powerful technology to find and match the right candidates up with your job. You can easily review these recommended candidates and invite your top choices to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right. So, if you're a fan of this podcast, even with the work you're experiencing that Rob and Bennett provide, you want to try ZipRecruiter for free today. I mean, you need to remember our special URL to do this. It's ZipRecruiter.com/SmartLess. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/SmartLess. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. All jokes about Rob and Bennett were purely for the entertainment of our listener. SmartLess is brought to you in part by Audible. Gang, we're always on the go. Everybody is. And we don't have a ton of time to do the things that we want, like reading. That's why we love Audible. Audible offers an incredible selection of audiobooks across every genre, from bestsellers and new releases to celebrity memoirs, mysteries, thrillers, motivation, wellness, business. I could go on. As an Audible member, you could choose one title a month to keep from their entire catalog, including the latest bestsellers and new releases. All Audible members get access to a growing selection of audiobooks, Audible originals, and podcasts that are included with their membership. As an Audible member, you can choose one title a month to keep from their entire catalog, including the latest bestsellers and new releases. All Audible members get access to a growing selection of audiobooks, Audible originals, and podcasts that are included with membership. You can listen to all you want and more get added every month. Now, this is a very important app for me. I am not a big reader. I will admit it. I don't care who hears it, okay? It's a very long, boring story about my childhood. But if I were to read, it would start with listening, and it is going to start with Audible. I'm making a commitment right here, right now. I'm going to at least start listening to books, okay? We did it together. We're holding hands audibly. See what I did there? Let Audible help you discover new ways to laugh, be inspired, or be entertained. New members can try it for free for 30 days. Visit audible.com/SmartLess or text SmartLess to 500-500. That's audible.com/SmartLess or text SmartLess to 500-500 to try Audible for free for 30 days. Audible.com/SmartLess.
And now, back to the show.
What were you doing with Mark Menchaca, my other favorite person in the world?
Oh.
Down in Australia, maybe? Were you guys?
No, I was in Thailand.
Yes.
Mark Menchaca is I just love him so much. My God.
For listener, if you watch Ozark, he played Russ Langmore, the redheaded guy with the beard.
Oh, wow.
That was Julia
guitar.
Garner's uncle? Yes, I think.
Yeah.
God, I should know that.
He's
anyway.
extraordinary. I went to do this movie called True Love with John David Washington, who is just the most extraordinary,
I'm a big fan of him.
lovely, talented, generous, kind man. And Menchaca was on it. We kind of were a duo, the two of us. And
You didn't go out at night at all with Mark, did you?
oh no, he hates to have Negronis.
Yeah,
every
hates going
night,
out after work.
Yeah, we had
Boy, Thailand.
We went
How
to
was that?
Thailand. It was also a very hot location, and we traveled all around to Chiang Mai and Pattaya, I think the sex capital of the world.
Oh.
Huh.
A little strange.
You
there,
keep saying
but,
I think. You keep saying
yeah.
I think it is
Like,
and then
you'd
and then
heard,
why are your
right.
fingers crossed?
Yeah.
Why are you crossing? Jesus,
it
Allison.
was
That sounds great. I'd love to work in Thailand for a while.
It was the people there were so lovely and friendly, but it too was incredibly hot.
What I want to know too, I'm going to go back to the early part of your career and ask you, what are some of the like earliest things that you watched as a kid and were like, oh man, I want to do that, that you remember?
Carol. And Carol Burnett is on this show I'm doing on this Palm Beach
No way.
Oh, really?
show.
Carol Burnett.
And I am now Wordle friends with her. I'm so excited. We do Wordle every day. And we
Oh, that's great.
How is, Will Arnett's got real strong Wordle skills. What are your Wordle skills like?
I've tried to do Quordle and I can't do it. I can only do Wordle and I'm not very good at it. But I think I've gotten mostly in the 5 out of 6.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Will won't even talk to you now. Watch,
yeah,
he's going
I
to close
Let
his
me
camera.
let me just say this because
Okay.
we've talked about it a few times on the pod. I'm on a chain with a couple other people that Jason had to jump ship on because I get it. He tailed between his legs. We do Octordle, which is 8 boards. Octordle, Quordle, Wordle, and then we do the score of all 3 combined. We do it every day. We've been doing it
Sounds
for
like fun.
almost 8 months now. Every single morning. And today I had a
God, here it
a
comes.
77.
This is why I've quit. Go ahead, start.
Good God, it sounds exhausting.
Which is really
Tell us all how you could have got a 75 or a
I could- no, I
74
could-
had I
so I
just
could have
done blah, 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 blah. That's why I quit, guy. Just so now everyone's going to hear it. I mean, this fucking guy. Oh, here's my
Yeah,
score.
that-
Now, had I done X, Y, and Z,
too much pressure.
today I could have.
Oh.
I had such a 50-50 on Quirtle, and I could have. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I could have had a.
How long does
74.
it take you to do in the morning? How much time do you spend on it before you start
Probably
your day?
about 10 minutes to do all 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah,
Takes me
yeah,
forever to just do Wordle.
I do too. It takes me all day. I look at it in the morning, then I go away from it.
Tell you what
and I
takes
come back.
longer is reading Will's excuses why his score wasn't even lower. That's what'll really, that's your time suck.
Scotty knocked it out of the park the other day. His first guess was craze, and then twice, and the word was twice.
That's
How the hell
Well, that's just good guessing.
Good
for sure.
Isn't
guessing.
that amazing?
What's your first word, Will?
I can't tell you.
He can't tell you that.
Come on.
I can't do it.
No, you should go with. I did vowels for a while. I think it's all about consonants.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to try that
Interesting.
tomorrow. I'll let you
Yeah,
know
twist.
how that turns out.
Twist is a good one.
Twist.
It's not good.
It's not because you
No,
use
it's
T
not.
twice.
Wait, so you watched Carol Burnett growing up, and that inspired you to want to do that, or like what made you really?
Well,
want to
I
be an
wanted
actor?
to have my own Carol Burnett show. When I was watching, that was my dream. I just thought that's what I want to do. I want
Oh,
to.
you
Yeah.
did.
Did you tell Carol Burnett what she means to you?
Yeah. I had dinner with her the other night, and I told her how much I loved her, and
Is that the first time you met her?
No, I've met her before, but I've never worked with her like this and gone out to dinner with her. And I had to do a scene with her in this where I guess I can't give it away.
Don't
but
give
let's
it
just-
away. Don't give it away. No, I'm
Leave
serious.
that to Sean.
Yeah,
He'll
I
walk you
won't. I
through the whole
won't give
plot.
it away. But I had to do a scene with her where she doesn't say anything, and I am the one who talks the whole time. So it was. She literally says nothing. So it was.
Where did you guys go for dinner?
We went to the Palm.
You did. I love the
Yeah.
Palm. I love
We went to the Palm, and
love
we
the Palm.
all had. And Carol, oh my God, it's so great. She has a specific drink she likes to have, and she has these cards printed up with a picture of her, pulling her ear and her drink, the recipe for her drink, and she gives it. I hope she's not mad that I'm telling it this.
No.
Do you
Well,
think
she's
she'd
not
be mad?
listening. I guarantee
She's
she's
not
not
listening.
listening. No. She
And
doesn't
she
care
gives
about
it to
us.
the waiter, and so I got a copy of it. So
That's pretty awesome.
So whatever drink she wants, she just hands it to the
it's
waiter.
the same drink always.
Oh,
it's the
she
same
just hands the
drink.
card.
And
Oh,
so
that's-
so wherever she goes, yeah.
Oh, that's
It's
fantastic.
very specific.
great.
It's like a Cosmo, but what she likes it bubblegum pink colored with a little bit of Cointreau, and it has all these exact amounts and everything. It's kind of
You know what? You know what's
darling.
great about that? If you know what you like,
Yeah.
you just ask for it. This is what I like.
I bet she's got her cartoon up there on the wall, right? Her little what do you
They
call
don't
it?
have them anymore at the new Palm,
Palm changed owners.
and it changed owners too.
Yeah.
Steve Martin used to have cards that said if somebody came up to him, he just would stop them and hand them a card and say, "This is proof you've met me," instead of a picture.
Are you serious?
So he wouldn't have to take a picture or sign anything. He just hands them a card,
Oh my God! I want to have
That's
those made
pretty
up for
good.
a
and he
lot
would
of
leave the
people.
house with just a bunch of those cards. thought
I
it was
have.
great.
I had my photo. I had one of those. those drawings on the wall at the Old Palm on Santa Monica. And Mitch Hurwitz and I went. We used to know we used to go there so much. We knew the old Mater D. And we said, this guy Cedric, and we said, what we want is, because we'd seen one from like the 70s that was buried in the back. We were like, we want a version of what we saw. We want our heads, but on babies' bodies that are wearing diapers, and then they're sitting on a cloud. And he said, great, where do you want it? We said, we want it right by the front door. And he put it right there.
Come on.
And anyway, so when they closed, when they just demolished the old one, that's a while ago now that they demolished that. They sent it to me. The Palm sent it to me, and I've got it in my office.
A piece of wall?
Yeah, a piece of wall from the Old Palm with that thing on it.
I wonder if the
nice.
one if the New York one's gone too, because I was up there with because I did 9 to
Second
5
Avenue?
with Dolly Parton, and we got ours up on the wall there at the Palm. But I guess that's gone too now. But no one sent that to me.
That was such a good show, and you were so good in it. I loved
Wait,
that.
Dolly
show.
was in the stage version of 9 to 5?
She was she was a collaborator on that version that I did with Stephanie Block and Megan Hilty back in
So good.
2010.
I didn't know you were in 9 to 5. What a way to make a living.
I wish.
Jeez, wonderful. Oh, I wish I would have seen that.
Oh God.
What, that joke
Man.
coming? Yeah, I know.
Did you guys read about that huge storm that's heading our way?
Wait,
No.
In LA?
Well, no, they didn't say it's
What?
heading our way. They said that it's
Yes, they did.
There's a potential for it.
Oh, right. You're talking about the big mother storm
Like
that's
the
going
big
to
one that
rain
they're-
for months and months.
Huge, like
There's also supposed to be an earthquake that's the big one, not just the big
Really?
one, the big one.
when is that supposed to happen?
That's
Yeah.
we're
Keep us
overdue.
posted.
We're overdue.
Wait, Allison, you're talking about that article that was like in the LA Times or the Times
It
the
was
other
in the
day.
New York Times.
New York
and
Times.
it was about massive rain coming our way, like 6 inches a minute. Or something. It
When?
was
Yeah,
something crazy.
but hang on. It's not that's misleading. It's not heading our way. They said it could. That is something that is
possible
potential-
within
yeah.
the next like 20 years, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I read that.
You
I
made it
read
seem
that
like it's
too.
coming. That we got to look out by Thursday. Don't bother washing your car. You know what I mean? Like,
I didn't mean to do that. I am a little bit of an alarmist, I
I
guess.
am
It
too.
just
I am
scares
too.
me.
Where,
that
Allison,
stuff.
where would you go if California was no longer inhabitable? Where would you live?
I'll tell you what. I'd get my niece Petra and her boyfriend. They both fly planes. They have their pilot's licenses, and they. I wanted to mention my niece's Amelia Air Pet Rescue. She flies pets from rural areas to urban
You're saying
areas. to
Petra
get them.
flies pets?
Petra flies pets for Amelia Air
Yeah.
Rescue, but
Oh,
they
I
fly
love that.
planes. So I'd get in the plane with them, and we take off and go.
we can cut that plug, by the way.
It needs to be paid for, Allison. Nice try.
Amelia Air Rescue. Amelia.
If
Air
I was on that plane, I'd be petrified.
Oh my God! Very
Well,
funny.
but where would
Yeah.
you ask them to fly it to? Where would you like to live if it wasn't Los Angeles? New York?
Maybe upstate New York. And I like upstate New York very much. I love Burlington, Vermont area, Lake Champlain.
Oh.
Way upstate,
Yeah, way upstate.
like Adirondacks type stuff.
Yeah, but more on the Vermont, like Grand Isle, in the Lake Champlain area. I like Burlington,
Sure.
Vermont. I think that's gorgeous. Also, the Lake George area is fucking stunning.
I watch This Old House every Sunday still, and they just had Saratoga Springs on. I thought that was
Beautiful.
real pretty.
Beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful. Lake George is a little bit south of the Adirondack. I mean, it's right
Yes.
there, and then you
Yes.
go up north, and you get to Plattsburgh, which is
It's
at the
right
top
there.
of New York
Yes,
State.
and then you can take the ferry across from Plattsburgh to Vermont. And,
That's right.
Oh, is
it's
that
gorgeous
right? Eh?
there.
Oh yeah, hey, that's my
Oh, yeah.
country. Hey, that's Canada. but Allison, we kind of joked about like what you do on your days off, and like what you.
Right.
I know we got to let you go, but I want to. What is it that you do? Like it's Friday. You're not working. You're not working till middle of next week. It's Friday. What do you like? All right, I'm gonna do. This is my plan for the next couple of days. Other than just getting on the couch and watching a TV show.
Well, I'll tell you, I do. I have watercolors. I like to do put a little what do you call it? A still life together
Yeah.
and do watercolors. I have knitting I like to do.
Oh,
I
yeah.
also have a full gym. I have a trainer I love who comes over and we work out together. I did just adopt a new puppy, so I have 4 dogs now, and
wow.
that's taking up most of my life is training this new puppy that I got.
So you're a homebody. You love being at home.
But I kind of feel like I didn't think I was. I thought I used to like to go out all the time, but now I just hang out at home. I'm really I hang out at home with the dogs
You're
and
cozy.
I'm happy.
That's what I love too.
But I want to be invited to things, but no one ever invites me. And I
come
just
over
We'll
and
invite
be
you.
cozy
We'll
at our
invite you.
place.
Yeah.
Will you guys invite me?
Will will bring his cards and
to
Sean will
something?
bring some chin chin.
Yeah.
I would love that. I never get invited
Bring my
anywhere. So let's do some tarot card readings.
We're going to do some
Let's figure out-
taroting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do.
And then my mom does a lot of knitting. She does a lot of
That's
a
exciting.
lot. Yeah,
I've
it's
got
really-
needlepoint things I'm
Oh,
starting.
needlepoint, forget me. Yeah, I know all about it. My mom has bored us, our whole family, for years about it. And we have to do, amazing.
I have a feeling I'd
I mean,
get
she
really
does
into
great
that.
thing. I will say, she's listening.
Yeah.
My mom listens to it. She loves it. But, and she's great at it.
I have a
She's
feeling that
amazing.
needlepoint is something I'd actually fall in love with too. If you can
I think
believe
so
it.
too. Like the monotony of the kind
Yeah.
of.
And then it's
the
you
monotony
put
of
it
the
in a-
story about it.
The
you mean?
knitting, though, is the thing that saved me through many family holidays when things were stressful. And you sit there with knitting, and you could be in a room with who. It's the most calming thing to do.
And then those needles are handy in case one of those family members starts to really run their mouth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Allison Janney, we love you. You have to
I
go
love
back
you
to
guys.
work.
You're the
You're
best.
in your
God,
trailer
we
and
could
your
just
costume.
talk to you forever. This is so.
I really just let me tell you one fantasy I have when I listen to you, because I listen to your show all the time.
Okay,
it's
it's
my
a family
favorite
show. Just keep that
Cue
in
the
mind.
fantasy music.
But I have a fantasy of going on a road trip with the 3 of you. A road trip to anywhere. I would just be I would just laugh at everything you say.
You should come on the road with us next year when we go back out on the
We're gonna
road.
go back on the
I
road.
want to be. If I could I'll do craft service or something. Or
We're gonna
I don't know.
we're gonna get your niece. We're gonna get Petra and her boyfriend to fly the plane for us.
Yeah.
Petra can fly us anywhere
Yeah.
we
We'll
want to
fill
go.
the plane with petrol.
And
oh my God, you're so.
everybody's
you guys
getting
are
in.
so quick.
everybody's jumping in on the fun.
I'm
Well, it's
scared
fun.
of you.
We're having fun.
We're having fun.
I'm petrified.
You, Allison, now she's
See?
in.
Oh,
Everybody's in.
All
we
right.
love you, honey. We took up too much of your
We
time.
love you crazy.
I have to go back to my funeral now. I'm so happy, and now I got to go cry. But
Tell Wig. Are you going to see Wig?
Go tell Wig you were better
it's her,
than she
you know,
was.
it's her birthday today. Not that.
Oh, it's your
Oh,
birthday.
tell her we say
You
happy
say, you
birthday.
say, guess what? I got a birthday present for you. The guys say
It was the best.
I was better than you.
No, just say
that you were the best.
the best episode. But play it off. Just and say how was it? And just go. I don't
And
want
then
to say anything.
And then say, let me finish. Of today.
There you go.
And she'll go, oh, you.
Oh, you.
No, I would do it do it for real. Just go. How was it? Just go. Yeah, it was. I don't know. And just be like, so you really, really lure her in. So she's like,
Okay.
what do you just go? I feel kind of bad because they said it. They said it was the best that they've ever had, and then just that's the hammer, you know.
I'm totally doing that. I'm going to nail it too. I'm going to reel her in and
Of course you are, because you're an
make her
absolute
feel
killer. You're a
Bang her in the-
on her
killer.
birthday.
Killer, especially in the hat.
God, you're a killer.
We love you.
I love you guys. I will say happy birthday.
We love you. You're a mega talent. It's so great
I
to
love
see
you
you.
guys.
Love you, sweetie.
All right. We love you.
Bye.
Bye, Allison.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you guys. I'm just going to click out. I'm going to leave.
Sure.
Yes. Or slam it.
Or slam the
I'm
laptop.
going to leave. Leave.
Have either one of you fellas worked with that incredible lady?
No.
Yes, many times. Yeah.
Yeah,
she's
you
the
have?
best. Yeah. She's
She's
been a friend for a long time. Like if you want her to do, she's always there for you. If you have like this great part and you see her in it and you're just like, I wrote this for you or I have this for you in mind. She'll be like, yeah, definitely. She's always kind of there and she's great. She's a good friend.
She's, again, one of those people who is, no matter what the thing is,
That's right.
she's always
great.
great.
Yeah.
Never sucks.
Always.
There's only
Never,
a few of those
ever.
actors. Yeah.
Yeah.
That they always hit it. No
I
matter
call it
what.
the John Goodman syndrome.
Yeah, John Goodman's that way
No
too,
matter
yeah.
what John Goodman's in, he's always amazing. And then there are a few people, and now she's in there. Let's create a little file.
Yeah, Allison was great though, and I love that we all kind of know her. I know, Will, you don't know her as well, but
I don't really, but I feel like I know her.
Yeah. She's just the best. There's a reason why she works all the time. Is because she's the coolest. She's just
Yeah,
really
she's
down to
very
earth
cool.
and cool. Yeah.
What do
I
you guys
love
got the rest of the day?
I'm gonna go eat something. I had 2 boxes. of
Wow,
mac
hang
and
on a
cheese last
second.
Wait,
night.
Fucking
what?
stop the presses.
Really? Can we guess what it is?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
but did you hear me?
It's
I
dinner
had-
time.
Listener,
It's almost
listen,
dinner
it's
time.
5:42. Yeah,
Okay,
here in
Jason,
LA.
you go first. Jason, you
Yeah.
go first.
Starving.
It's going to be today. Is going to be. He's going to make homemade pizzas on French bread loaf. He's just going to take some pasta sauce and pour it on top, and he's going to grate the cheese himself to make it seem like he's really doing something. And he's going to put it in a toaster oven.
Like I'm really creating something.
And while he's waiting for it, he's going to have 4 bites of ice cream.
Oh my God, that's so
Sean,
spot on.
is that close to what you're
It's
having?
kinda close,
Don't
but
say it. Don't say yet. Don't say yet.
Okay.
You are. See, now as you're saying it's kind of close. You have leftover pasta from a restaurant you went to, and you're going to reheat it,
No.
or you're going to go pick up from a pasta restaurant. You're going to pick up Italian food.
That's exactly right.
You from is it Mariano's or whatever?
Marino's.
Marino's?
Yeah, best
Is it?
best Italian restaurant. Yeah,
Is there
That's what
going
I'm
to be
doing.
garlic bread involved with this?
absolutely.
Oh,
But last night I had, did I tell you? I'm not making this up. I had 2 boxes of mac and cheese. Anyway, Kraft mac and cheese?
Kraft macaroni cheese. Was it extra cheese?
No, just the regular.
Just the regular.
Hey,
When we were talking about
full
eating,
box.
you know, we had
I
that
don't
debate a
understand-
while ago. Sorry, you can go ahead. You know, in Canada we call it Kraft. It's called Kraft dinner. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Forever, it's called, and the Kraft macaroni and cheese is branded as Kraft dinner. So,
Right. And the thing I don't understand is growing up, they're like, feeds a family of 4. And I'm like, I need 2 boxes
no,
of
it
it.
feeds a family of 4 supermodels. Hey, do you do you remember we had the debate about the Chex Mix and the Bugles?
Yes.
And Jason, do you remember that?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. That's not
You remember who
surprising.
we
God,
are?
look at that vacant look on his face. It's
What was
unreal.
it? That must have been a year or
It's
so
just
ago.
we could get one of those motel signs that just says vacant. So we had a debate about Bugles, and it turns out Chex Mix and Bugles are made in the same factory. And we
That's
had a
right.
thing, and then they sent us all. And
What?
the Bugles, I will say, win. The Bugles are incredible. I can't get enough of those Bugles.
I love
the
Bugles.
regular and
Yeah.
the ranch flavored ones.
They're all
Or
good.
you're about to get a box.
So I just want to say to all the people of America and Canada, I guess, and wherever Bugles are available, go grab them because they are fantastic.
Okay.
What if Bugles were spelled instead of B-U-G, they were spelled B-I-G?
Oh, here it comes.
You mean Bagels? Oh my God. Oh, it's so lazy, but we'll allow it.
SmartLess.
SmartLess is 100% organic and artisanally handcrafted by Rob Armjarv, Bennett Barbaco, and Michael Granteri.
SmartLess.